Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I will be talking about my labor and delivery. I got induced Sunday, the 10th of November of 2019. And I went in, they did everything like they had to do, like I had to sign papers and everything. They asked me if I wanted to get an epidural. I said no, because I wanted to do it natural. So the nurse came in and she put a little pill, like a little pill, so I could start inducing. That was at night. I was like at 11, like almost 12 to 1. So yeah, I slept the whole night. Well, actually they had to wake me up in the middle of the night so they could put in another pill. And they checked if I've dilated, and I still have it. So it's already like, I say 9 or 10, and they had to check me. Actually, my doctor went in, I think, and checked me. So he said to wait till noon, because he wanted to break my water whenever I was at 3, but I never got to 3. And I remember he checked me, and the next thing, like, he started, like, I guess trying to open me, and that hurt so bad, to where, like, I started crying, to where, like, I couldn't even, like, the pain was, like, horrible. But he had to do that so he could break my water. And whenever he broke my water, that's whenever my contractions started kicking in more. Because my contractions were not even like bad. Like at the beginning, like I was laughing, like, or like my family were like, why is she laughing? Like, she's having contractions right now and she's over here laughing. So whenever he broke my water, that's whenever it started getting worse. And they put another pill in there, and I still didn't, like, I was still not dilating or anything. And I would get to my side, like lay on my side, because my contractions were like getting really bad, to where I would just like keep tossing and turning. Whenever I was doing that, the monitor on my belly wasn't like getting the heartbeats of her, and not even like showing my contractions or anything. And I was like, what? And the nurse would have to come every single time to like check me. She would tell me to like lay on my back, and I didn't like that because my contractions started getting like worse. And whenever I would be on my side, like I couldn't really like feel them. So like, since my contractions were reading on the monitor, they had to get something else so my contractions could be reading and her heartbeat. And by that time, since they were doing that, they would stretch me. They'll open me. The first time they only put one. I guess it was like a camera or something. They put one in, and I jumped to a 5. I was a 3 and I jumped to a 5. They had to call the doctor so he could come in and try and do or actually like put the other one in. So he came in and he did that. He put the other one in, and whenever they were doing that, my contractions started getting worse. Like, since I jumped to a 5, my contractions started getting worse. So when that happened, I told my nurse that I wanted the epidural. But my mom was all like, no, don't get it. You're already at 5. You just need 4 more. Like, you got this. Like, you could do this. And I was like, I can't. Like, it hurts so bad. I know that people would ask for the epidural like at 6, 7. But I asked mine at 5 because, like, since I wasn't even dilating myself, they were basically doing it for me. Like, since they would like put their hand in there, you know, they'll dilate me. And I guess that's what it was. Like, I couldn't hold the pain. Like, it was bad. Like, I was just like, no, I need the epidural. So whenever I told the nurse I wanted to get the epidural, she told me that I would have to wait because the person that does the epidural was in emergency right now, like helping someone else. And I was like, oh my god, are you serious? Like, the time I wanted the epidural, I wasn't able to get it. But she said as soon as she's done with this, she'll come straight over here and she'll give you the epidural. I was like, okay. And I was just there breathing in and out every contraction I would get. And then I was still getting my contractions and everything. They were still checking the monitor. And whenever the lady with the epidural came, she told everybody to get out. So I was already like to where I was calm. I was even scared to get the epidural. Like, I just wanted to get it like right away. Like, I wanted to get over with it. Because people try and scare you and tell you that the epidural is really, really scary. Like, you can't be moving or anything, like, or you'll get paralyzed or something like that, you know. But to be honest, my experience with the epidural, it wasn't painful. She'll explain everything and she'll tell you to sit the way you need to be sitting and to like bend over. So I did exactly what she said. I didn't move. I didn't think about it. It did sting a little, but to where people exaggerate and say that it hurts, I'm just like, no. Whenever I got it, they didn't tell me that you'll start feeling cold and that you'll start shaking. They didn't tell me that. So I was over here freaking out, thinking like, oh shoot, like I'm shaking, like I'm really, really cold, like what is going on? And they said literally like that was normal, like that's normal. Since I wasn't like feeling the contractions anymore, they started looking at the computer and they saw her heartbeat going down every time I would get a contraction. Like, since I couldn't move, they would toss me to see if they could like have me on one side and to see if the heartbeat would like stay, because my doctor did come in and he saw that the heartbeat was going down. But I did hear my mom say, so why don't y'all do a C-section? Like, why are y'all waiting and risking it? Why don't y'all do a C-section already? I didn't really hear exactly what he said, but I remember he's like, well, we gotta wait or something. And he like walked out. And then he came back in, like it wasn't even 5 minutes. He came back in. He already had like the suit on to, like, he was already prepared. So he came in and he was like, okay, we're gonna do emergency C-section. I need everybody out and this and that. And whenever I heard that, I just hear my mom crying. I saw my boyfriend already like freaking out. And I saw his mom freaking out. I tried keeping myself calm. Sorry. I was just trying to keep myself calm, just praying, hoping everything was gonna come out right. I wasn't really trying to think about it because, like, since she was my first baby, I was never gonna expect having a C-section. So, they would come up to me and really? They would come up to me and tell me everything's gonna be okay. to not worry about it, like everything's gonna come out good. And they're like, we'll be outside waiting for you and everything. And I tried staying calm, like, because since it was my first pregnancy, my first baby, it's hard. It was hard because you expect trying to do natural, and sometimes it just doesn't go as planned. There was a lady there by my side the whole time, talking to me, calming me down, telling me if I'm okay, how do I feel, and literally, like, she did keep me calm. Like, I wasn't really, like, thinking about it. What did hurt me the most, what I was thinking about, since they were telling me that her heartbeat was going down, that's whenever I started freaking out. Because you don't know what you're expecting. So that's what was going on. And whenever my boyfriend came up to me, I know he told me that he loved me and that everything's gonna be okay, that she's gonna be okay, and that, like, made me start crying more. And I was just like, I know, I was telling myself, I know, everything's gonna be okay, she's gonna be okay, I know God's with us, I know she's gonna be okay. And whenever they started taking me out, I heard my mom talking on the phone. I don't know who she was talking to, or I don't know who she was talking to. And I heard her say they're taking her to get a C-section. And she started crying. And I was like, oh my god, like, I was like, I just started praying to myself, like, I know she's gonna be okay. She's a strong baby. And I know God's with us. So I literally just stood calm. And they took me into to where, like, they do the C-section. And my boyfriend wasn't in there yet. And the lady that had did the epidural, she was in there with me. And she put the anesthesia. So I wasn't able to, like, feel anything. So he still wasn't in there. And I remember she asked me, did you feel that? And I was like, no. And she's like, okay, well, they're already starting. And I was all like, okay, is the dad coming? He's on his way. I was like, okay, because I was already like he better be in here. Like, I wanted him by my side. So I would just look at him, and his eyes were like red because he was crying. And I just, like, closed my eyes and just, like, looked at the ceiling, just trying not to think about it. And I remember the lady was really nice. She would, like, calm me down. She'll be like, are you okay? And I'll be like, yeah. And she'll be like, okay. And she's all like, you're almost done. You're doing good, Mom. You're doing good. And I'm like, oh my God, thank goodness. And she's all like, you are gonna feel a little, I guess because, like, they're taking her out, like a little tug, I guess. And I just heard her cry, and I felt relief. Like, my body, like, I don't know, it was weird. I don't know how to explain it. It was weird. Just whenever I heard her cry, like she's okay. I know she's okay. And, well, yeah, they said she was a good baby. She was a strong baby. Everything was good. Her heartbeat was good. She was just good. Like, she was perfect. And I was like, oh my god, thank goodness. And I remember the nurse was all like, Dad, go take pictures of her. And then Jacob was all like, well, I didn't bring my phone, I left it in the room. And she's like, well, here, use mine. And he went to go take pictures of Zayliana. And he gave the phone back to her. And then they brought her to me so I could see her. And the nurse goes, get together so I could take a picture of y'all. And she took like a few pictures, and I remember she was like, what's your phone number so I could send the pictures to you. So he gave her his phone number and he got the pictures. And so they told him to leave because they were gonna start like stitching me and everything. So he went with the baby, where they had to like do the shots, I guess, or do something to her, while I stood back and them finishing my stitches. So she was all like, okay, you're almost done, they're almost done, you did so good, you're so strong, and this and that. So they finished doing that, and they took me to where she was, and I was like right next to her. And she weighed 5 pounds and 3 ounces, and she was 17.5 inches long. Like I said, she was a strong baby. Nothing was wrong with her. She was just perfect. To be honest, the C-section wasn't as bad as I thought. The next day, I was up and going, like I was walking. I was like nothing, like if I've never had a C-section. That's how my labor and delivery went. Like, you literally go in there and you think you're gonna go in as the way you plan. I'm just so thankful. I'm really thankful. And she's already a month. She was born on November 11th of 2019. Wait, moist. Right. And she is mommy's girl. Okay guys, make sure to like down there, share, subscribe, and turn on that bell button, and we will be back with another video.